Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of this FireRed walkthrough. On the last episode we went through Mount Moon and went through Route 4 as well. In this episode we are in Cerulean City, so I think we'll explore the town. I think I healed. Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's talk to this woman here. So that woman's asking us to trade with him. He's asking us if we wanted to trade a Poliwell for a Jinx. We can't get Poliwell yet, but I may as well review Jinx now while we're going around town. Jinx is a nice psychic type. It's a pretty good Pokemon. It's got very high special attack, good special defense, quite speedy. Both of its same type attack bonus moves are special, so it all works out for it. You've got to keep it away. I've already been this out. You've got to keep it away from physical attacks because its special. Sorry, no, its physical defense is really low, like paper thin. So you must keep it away from those. Otherwise, it's an all-round good Pokemon. This gentleman here tells you about all of the badges if you desperately want to know. I'm certain there is a hidden rare okay, there it is, first spot I checked. Hidden rare candy there. So let's carry on. Head into this house. And he's telling you about berries and berry powder and what medicine can be made. It's a feature that was carried over in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. You can't go through here at the moment. That's Nugget Bridge. I think I'll go up there now actually. You can't go too far as whoops, you have a rival battle straight away. He leads with a Pidgeotto, so if you want to set yourself up for that one. So here's the rival battle. Has 4 Pokemon. Leads with that Pidgeotto, as I said, level 17. Got to be very wary of this thing, but I'll just Thundershock it. This could hurt a lot, but oh well. Save me using Thunder Wave. Luckily, because it's paralysed, I can use Quick Attack next turn and avoid getting KO'd. And a critical hit to add insult to injury. Get a ton of experience. And we have a Rattata. I will stay out for this and just heal. Just because I want Sparky to gain a bit of experience. Okay, so right, okay, that did a lot more than I wanted it to. So I'll just let Sparky faint. I love static. Okay, so let's send out our War Turtle. Just spam Water Gun. Gotta be careful of his Ivysaur. I think it's an Ivysaur at this point, it might still be a Bulbasaur. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, it is still a Bulbasaur. I'm pretty sure that should have evolved already. Let's try Bite. I don't like that at all, but at least it wasn't Stun Spore or Sleep Powder. If you move first and you have a certain move, you do have the opportunity of making the opponent flinch. Which basically means they do nothing. This is Abra. Abra is a psychic type Pokemon. He is it's a Pokemon that's available to the north after Nugget Bridge, so I'll give him a full review then. But it's weak to Bite, as I wrote there, and as I said there, sorry. It's also weak to Bug type moves and Ghost type moves, but I don't think you'll have either of those two yet. Well, if you have Beedrill you might, but otherwise you wouldn't. Okay, so he'll tell you about Bill. And he'll tell you to go visit him. Oh, he comes back. He gives you the fame checker. I think it's a fairly useless item. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but I think it's fairly useless. It's nothing essential. So this is the gym. Oh, I forgot to heal. I'll go heal, and then we'll do the gym. I'm not sure if Misty's there yet. I must double check. I think she is, but I must double check. So we'll heal. And if she's there, we'll take her on. If she's not, I'll do that the next episode. I'm certain she's there, though. We'll just have to check. Lag there. Right, so let's skip this trainer so that I don't have to fight him. Okay, so she is here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this gym is a water-type gym. So keep your Charmander away from this if you started with Charmander. Grass and electric types do well here. I'm trying to think of Pokemon that would abuse that. Paras isn't very good at all. Bulbasaur does well. If you did end up going north to north of Nugget Bridge to Route 21, I think it might be. I'm not entirely sure on the route number. You can catch yourself a if you're in FireRed, you can catch yourself an Oddish, and if you're in Leaf Green, you can catch yourself a Bellsprout. I'll get full reviews on the next episode, so don't worry. Other than that, the only other Pokemon that would be strong in this gym is Pikachu, which I have. You can avoid this trainer by talking to Misty on her right, on her left, sorry, should I say. If you do have a Pikachu, this gym is fairly easy. Misty is quite challenging, especially her last Pokemon, so yeah. But if you've got a grass or an electric type, you should be fine. You shouldn't have to worry about anything. Okay, so I didn't actually explain this before, but I think I've got confused before, but this is Confusion. Confusion makes it so that you have a 50-50 chance, I don't know why I said percent, of either doing damage like you normally would, or making your move, or doing damage that is equal to a 40 damage move, which goes from your physical attack, and it's typeless, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this is Misty. Misty starts off with a level 18 Staryu, which is a water type. So we'll take this out very swiftly with a couple of Thunder Shocks. This thing isn't very threatening at all. If you're using physical attackers, you might want to keep them away, just because it uses Harden. So that thing was nice and easy to take out. And this is the star of her show, Starmie. Starmie is a water psychic type and is very fast. It's also incredibly strong and has pretty good defences, as you can see there. That did a ton of damage. Luckily, because of that psychic type, you can use Beedrill in this fight to pretty good effect. I don't think it has any psychic type moves. That critical hit was awesome. And you can also use Wartortle with Bite. I'm not sure what other dark type moves you'd have at this point. You could also use that Thief TM you got in that move. But it's not an incredibly difficult fight. So now you can use Cut, which you don't actually have yet. And you also get Water Pulse. Water Pulse is a 60 power move, which a 60 power water type move, as you may have guessed, that does damage, is special base obviously, and has a 20% chance of confusing the opponent. So yeah. I'm not sure what time it is. I think in this episode because that gym finished fairly early, we'll... Okay, it's Route 24. I think we'll go through Nugget Bridge, and we'll go through the Pokemon reviews of this route, and then we'll end off the episode. So let's start off with this Bugcatcher here. So if you take on all 5 trainers and you win, you can win a fabulous prize. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Okay, so Bugcatcher Kale here has a Caterpie, which most definitely should be a Butterfree by now. Not very threatening at all. If you are struggling with Misty, you could always come here for some extra training just before you take on the gym. Although Misty isn't very challenging unless you did just use Charmander, and you don't have a second Pokemon yet. But yeah, if you do need a second Pokemon, some advisable options are... I guess you could use Paris just because of its resistance to water, but you could also use Oddish or Bellsprout, depending on which game you're playing. You could also try your luck and try and find yourself a Pikachu. Other than that, try and target it with a Pokemon that can learn Thief, or Beedrill's a good choice, especially as Beedrill has quite high special defense, so it's generally a good choice. So if you don't have one of those, Beedrill could be good. That Staryu definitely isn't very threatening at all. It's the Starmie you've got to be worried about, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so last alley here has a Pidgey. Not very threatening at all. Thundershock it. Yeah, if you've only got... I'll stay in. If you've only got 2 Pokemon at this stage, you probably won't struggle with this bridge at all. Most of the Pokemon in here are pretty low leveled, so this is ideal for training. Don't like that Absorb at all. Let's finish it off with another Quick Attack and gain some experience. Get annoyingly close to level 20. And Bellsprout. I think we've seen both of these Pokemon in action before, but yeah, these are the 2 Pokemon. They'll get full reviews in just a minute. Ha, critical hit right back. So we've now hit level 20. Trying to learn Slam. Slam is 80 power, which is quite high, but that accuracy is rubbish. And it can learn Mega Punch, so yeah, we won't bother with Slam. Luckily, I think it's in 6 levels, Pikachu manages to learn Thunderbolt, which is just incredible for this part of the game. This Thunderbolt has a massive 95 power, and is a very good move. Definitely beats out Thundershock. I will switch out, actually. Wasn't expecting a Sandshrew. The levels do gradually increase on this bridge, but it's still nothing to be too worried about. So let's miss with Water Gun. Get hit with a Sand Attack again. Hopefully this takes it out, because I really don't like that accuracy. Good. So that Sandshrew is taken care of. I have an Ekans. I'm going to switch out just because I don't like that accuracy penalty. So yeah. Intimidate? Yeah. Intimidate's a very useful ability when you're using it against the opponent, but it's not very nice if you're using a physical attacker. and they hit you with it. But again, not very threatening. Let's move on to the fourth person. This is a bit of a lie actually. They said that there's 5 trainers, but there's actually 6. There's 5 official trainers, and then an extra Rocket Grunt decides to jump in at the end, and you must defeat him to get the ouch. Okay, that didn't do very much. And you must defeat him to get the nugget. Yeah, with those multi-strike moves like double kick and double slap, for every time they hit you, static has a chance of activating. That 30% chance comes in. So if they hit, say 4 times, there's like 120% chance that they'll... Well, I don't think it's quite that high, but more or less they will get that paralysis. But generally, Pikachu is a very good... Ouch! Generally, Pikachu is a very good Pokemon at spreading around paralysis, which is nice. So that's her taken out. I don't think I'll bother healing right now. That may not look like a Rocket Grunt, but he is in disguise. So Camper Ethan here has a Mankey, level 18. Probably the most threatening trainer, but even so, he's only got 1 Pokemon. The Mankey is very weak defensively. So let's very swiftly take this out with Water Gun. I guess I could actually teach Water Pulse to my Wartortle. It doesn't learn Surf for quite a while, although I think I'll teach it on the next episode because I don't remember whether it gets Bubble Beam. It might get Bubble Beam. Okay, so this is the Nugget, so you actually do get the Nugget. So yeah, he now fights you. There is actually a major glitch in this where if you lose against this Rocket Grunt, you have the chance of getting another Nugget, and you can do this over and over and over again. The only annoying thing about that is that, again, you always lose half of your money, and I'm not sure if you can deposit your money in this game. If there is a way to do that, then go for it, and then get infinite Nuggets. Takes a while, but you can get as many as you want, provided you don't beat this guy. So just come here with like a level 2 Rattata or something. But in case you're not one for exploiting glitches, this guy is not very threatening at all. Level 15 Ekans and a level 15 Zubat. Nothing too threatening whatsoever. Now that he has been destroyed. He's dealt with, and there is actually a trainer down here. Was that a... That looked like a spelling mistake. Pretty sure that said feat, as in like a major feat. F-E-A-T rather than F-E-E-T. I may just be completely dumb and not understanding what he meant, but either way. This is the last trainer I think I'll deal with on this room. Just a level 14 Rattata and a level 14 Ekans. Same old Pokemon really, but you know, decent experience at least. Maybe this thing will get me to level 22, maybe. Be useful if it does. Not quite. I think I will defeat a wild Pokemon just to do that. Okay, so this is the grass. There are 3 new Pokemon here. Well, actually 2, and then 2, and then well, you have there's 1 new Pokemon, and then there's an extra one depending on which version you're playing. So the first one you saw there was Abra. Abra is a Psychic type Pokemon, evolves into Kadabra at level 16, and evolves into Alakazam through trading. Abra is very difficult to catch because the only move it has in its arsenal is Teleport, and once it uses that, the battle ends, so you essentially have only one chance of catching it. Luckily, its catch rate is not too low, so after too long you should get one. If you're interested in trading for a Mr. Mime, also, who will get a full review after the 3rd gym, you may want to catch an Abra, because the only way you can get Mr. Mime, I think, is by trading an Abra to a guy on Route 2. You'll also get this TM45, very useless move there, but if it floats your boat, you go for it. The other Pokemon, if you're playing FireRed, is Oddish. Oddish is a grass poison type, very similar to Venusaur in that it has fairly balanced defensive stats, high special attack and decent physical attack, and even pretty good HP. The only thing where Oddish, Vileplume is its final form, the only place where Oddish really falls flat on its face is its speed. It's very slow compared to Venusaur. Venusaur is much faster, but it learns similar moves. Yeah, very similar moves. Lots of status-inducing moves like Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, that kind of thing. It's a good Pokemon. If you didn't start with Bulbasaur, it's definitely advisable. There aren't many better grass types, so it's definitely a usable one. By the way, Oddish evolves into Gloom at level 25 and evolves into Vileplume through the use of a Leaf Stone. I think the issue about not learning any new moves after evolving with a stone is a non-issue, because most of the moves that Gloom learns before level 44 are fairly useless. At level 44, regardless of whether it's a Gloom or a Vileplume, it will learn Petal Dance, which is a definitely recommended move for it. It's an essential move, essentially, because it has very high power. One of the best grass type moves in the game, actually. Probably second to Solar Beam. The only other Pokemon is Bellsprout, which is also a grass poison type, found in Leaf Green instead. Evolves into Weeping Bell at level 25 and evolves into Victory Bell through, you guessed it, a Leaf Stone. Victory Bell is much more offensive than Vileplume. It has much higher offensive stats. Both of its stats are quite good, so its grass and poison type stabs are definitely both usable. It's still quite slow, and its defences are not nearly as good as Vileplume's. So, well, I think personally Vileplume's better because of its because even though it's slow, it can take hits, whereas Victory Bell can take hits but not nearly as well. So if you're willing to trade, Vileplume is definitely better, but if you're playing Leaf Green, Victory Bell is certainly decent. So after that long ramble of Pokemon reviews, I think I will end this episode here. So on the next episode we will go east and fight a few trainers and visit Bill, and depending on how long that takes, we may move on south and cut underneath Saffron City to go to Vermilion, and we'll probably visit the SS Anne. I think it's called the SS Anne. I haven't played these games very often. So yeah, that's what we'll do next time. So I'll see you in the next episode. See you later, guys.